Oh, hi there. And what about respect? How can we give respect? I can look at my face on the screen because I've got a video of myself, and I can see that I can dance in that. I can actually dance in it in a way which is to actually make it a an expression of my my finest in my finest good taste. So I can actually make it into a a part of my exuberance, if you like. Yeah. Because if you're free to actually look and realize that the only way you can care about people is not visually, it's actually audibly, and you have to wait for that sound to actually become you. Now, you may think, well, sound can't become me, it can't be, but the actual character of sound can become you. It can become you. And when I'm talking now, you can, if you believe that the character of the sound is not just the sound. It's not just the character of a sound. It is actually the if you really believe that you can be it, you can become it. You can become it like a how can I describe it? You can become it like a kind of translator of of the world around you. So when we become people, we actually are becoming a part of the world around us. We are actually becoming a separate part of the world around us because we are losing ourselves. We are becoming something different. And that is the only way to explore the world around you, is to become other people or to become the characters of other people. Uh, we can do it in other ways. We can look at landscapes. We can listen to music and things like that. But music is basically the same thing. It's the ideas of other people. It's the characters of other people made into sound. It's guitar or drums or piano made into sound, and that can represent the characters of people if it's done well. It can represent a feeling or a expression, which is the character of a an experience. So we can share that experience by listening to the music and by understanding that we can become characters. We can become other people's characters by listening to their voice and by seeing that it can be really beautiful, really beautiful beyond description. And we think we get involved in these things and we think, what about the rest of the world? I'm not concentrating on the rest of the world. The world goes on, and I'm getting lost in one part of it. But then that is the world. That is you are on a journey, and you can't be expected to be concentrating on something which is only happening in one place. So that is the character you are experiencing as being the part of the world you need to know about. You can't be anywhere else. What else can I talk about? We can respect ourselves by by not limiting our kindness for the body. We can say, well, I'm tough. I'm mighty. I'm able to climb Mount Everest. I'm super strong. But is that respect? Is that respect? Instead of saying I'm weary and tired, even though you're not weary and tired, even though you're not weary and tired, you can say my body is weary and tired after a long journey, even though you're not weary and tired. That's still respect. That's still love. That's still giving your words more clarity, because you are respecting the origin of them, and you are respecting the body for something it might be. It might be weary and tired. You're just not aware of it. You maybe overdid it. You maybe didn't realise that you'd overdone it and you'd gone too far, or you'd walked up too steep a hill. So we have to give the body that respect, even though it isn't. We don't realise it's there, and that applies to a lot of things. We can say things that are applicable to other people, and then make them applicable to ourselves. We can say, well, I've made a friend here, I've made a friend there, and even though we don't fully understand the idea of a friend, or we don't understand that they are friends completely, we make them friends by suggesting it. By suggesting we're friends, we make them friends. If you see what I mean. When you talk behind someone's back, you change the invisible love, which is changing something in the stratosphere. It's changing something in the subliminal consciousness of mankind, when we actually make love to people behind their back without them knowing about it. When we actually really love somebody and we give them everything that we'd like to give them if we knew they were able to receive it, So there's something good about that, and there's something good about keeping in reserve options for loving people. Don't make bridges you burn by saying things which make it difficult to be friends. Make being friends easy, and make bridges that will lead to that. Don't burn your bridges. Make bridges that will always make friends. I think I've said enough. I don't think there's anything else to say. So the important thing I've said is about the characters and how we can become them, and how that's so important for understanding people's pain and love. When we can hear their voices as being a beautiful character, which is really a light in itself, a light which is a face. It's a face, but it's also the words to a face. So if you can make the words to a face, you have found the perfect face. Yeah, that's all I've got to say. I'll leave it there. I wish you a good evening, and all the best to you. I love you, really I do. Yeah, okay. Said enough. I won't go on about it. Catch you later.